FreeMartySnow. Hoist the Colors here does have a first band pick. Morrigesh, Revenant, Phase. Shane, can you guess which one it'll be?
It's gonna be Revenant. Revenant has at least here on this channel, Revenant has a 100% ban rate. No one wants to deal with Obliterate. Pretty good hero, it seems like. Team Marty Snow. I mean, yeah, I agree. It's more than likely either Phase or Morrigesh. We saw what happens when a team is able to get Morrigesh and Bellica and Decker. The ban was it was just a Reborn was able to get some of the strongest heroes, and it's going to be the Phase taken out of the equation. So the next supports are pretty much up in the air after Decker. Hoist the Colors has a choice. Do they want to get a high priority on that mid laner of Bellica, or do they want to pick up Decker here? I'd imagine it's going to be one of the two. Another couple options that are highly contended are heroes, maybe like a carry like Twin Blast or something along those lines. So, of course, Morrigesh as well. We'll have to see what they pick. I'd imagine it's either going to be Morrigesh or Bellica. Morrigesh, Bellica, or Decker.
And like you said, Bellica going to be picked up first, which allows a team FreeMartySnow. I expect them to pick up their carry. Oh, wow. I was going to say carry support. They decided to go with Morrigesh off the bat. Morrigesh can carry. Pick up a Morrigesh into Decker. I don't know. Is it going to be Decker? We're going to find out. No, it's Chimera. Wow.
Chimera. Okay. We're starting to see more and more of Chimera. Now, of course, we haven't seen him winning very much, but we still are seeing Chimera being picked up in a higher frequency than I really think we've ever seen him pick up before. I think there was maybe a time on Legacy where he was a favorite hero, but ever since Monolith has come out, we haven't seen him much in the competitive scene at all. He's sort of known as almost like a pub stomping sort of hero, but teams are starting to figure out that he can actually be a really annoying hero throughout the course of the game and difficult to kill if you can get him the thermal bond and those other normal tank items you expect to see. Narbash picked up for Hoist the Colors, picking that up over the Decker. That's not something you see very often. However, Narbash certainly has certain strengths over that of Decker, but yeah, that's something you don't see very often. Hoist the Colors must have something very specific in mind with this early Narbash pickup.
Yeah, they're going to pick up Sparrow next for their carry, one of the best late game carries in the game. So you've got a pretty nasty carry. You've got control with the Seismic Assault and Thunk coming out of Narbash, and of course Bellica there, which means FreeMartySnow. They've got some choices here. Decker's still available, so we've also have Twin Blast still available. There's the Decker pick. And the Twin Blast pick.
Yep. That's pretty much to be expected at that point with Sparrow and Revenant off the field. Twin Blast is the next go-to carry there. I think maybe other than Murdoch, but we did see Murdoch last game, but Twin Blast was of course on the opposing team.
Jungler on the side of Hoist Colors, Grux or Sevarog. Who do you think they're going to pick up?
Grux, Sevarog, Rampage. We saw Reborn put a larger priority onto Rampage over than that of Sevarog. So there's the Seraph pickup. I imagine it's going to be an offlaner.
Yeah,
they don't have an established offlaner yet. Bellica mid, Narbash, Sparrow safe lane. Yeah, it's going to be the Crux being picked up there. So Hoist the Colors just overall have a pretty strong draft. Again, anytime it's last time we saw a Sparrow and a Seraph, it was with a Phase support, and I called it greedy because Phase really isn't. She doesn't enable heroes who have weak early games very well. Narbash, though, really is able to supplement and protect and even enable things like Sparrow and Seraph a little bit better, so their lanes aren't going to be quite as weak as they were we saw the last time we saw those two carries put together. So overall, anytime you see Seraph and Sparrow put together, it's very, very greedy, but I think that's what the Narbash pickup was for, is to make sure that to sort of mitigate what would be a very weak early game otherwise.
Yeah, and a team FreeMartySnow picks up Gideon there at the end. I'm not going to be honest, not a fan of that Gideon pick with the ability to knock that hero out of his ultimate. You've got Narbash, of course, with his right mouse. You've got Grux, who's going to be able to Warlord's Challenge and shut that down there. So two really easy ways to deny the stun there. I mean, if we may see a Divine Shield come online, which negates a little bit of that, but it's really going to be coming down to how they utilize that ultimate when they ult, because you ult too early and it's gonna hurt your soul. You're not going to get any value out of that. So interesting draft.
This is gonna be an offlane Morrigesh as well, I'd imagine, since Gideon will thrive in that mid role a little bit better. Yeah. I think could be offlane Gideon. It was a thing when Monolith came out. More than likely, that's an offlane Morgesh. So that's for the first time today, at least, we'll be seeing her put into the what used to be known as the suicide lane back in the Dota days.
So we are I mean, interesting draft. Looking at this draft, I actually like the side of Hoisted Colors a little bit better. I like they've got, I think, a little bit better control than the side of FreeMartySnow. But we're going to jump right into this game and find out who's going to take it. Man, Shane, we've seen some good games today. Do you think that trend is going to continue?
I think so, man. After today is really when the teams are, especially after tomorrow, is when we're going to see teams really dwindle down and people start getting knocked out left, right, and center.
Yeah.
So today is pretty much the last of the group stages here before we go into the elimination bracket. So these teams are
aggressiveness,
very hard. Yeah, they're going inside of the weak side of the jungle. I like this. That more than likely leads me to believe they're going to be putting priority into trying to punish the offlane Seraph, which is something we see teams do all the time. Because that's something you want to do. You never want to let Seraph farm freely, because if she does, she can just go from a normal offlane role into an outright carry role, especially if she's able to pick up some kills supplemented by her jungler. So I like that they're doing this. Let's introduce these teams before the action starts here. We have Mud at Twitch.tv. She's a streamer, so make sure you check her stream out on Gideon. I know it's one of her favorite comfort heroes. The Patriot on Twin Blast, Shaz on Morgesh, Ramachang on Decker, and Shugra on the Chimera.
Deadly X, Omen X is playing Narbash. Revan Reborn is playing Seraph. Radioactive 78 in the mid lane on Bellica. Thompson 667 is playing Sparrow. And Big Al 1490 is on Grux.
So yeah, I really expect to see, just with what Hoist the Colors I'm sorry, not Hoist the Colors, what they've already done, Team FreeMartySnow, that they're going to be putting a lot of harassment and priority into trying to make sure Revan doesn't get much farm or just outright kill him. You already saw the Decker, reminiscent of Master Splinter, roaming around very, very early, knowing that the Patriot isn't really that threatened per se by level 1 Seraph. You actually see Revan going in 1v1 and not having a very good time. In fact, just outright losing that. The stasis bomb, if that was the connect, could have been the kill. Might even need to land. As a very greedy push by Revan. It's punished by Patriot. He went in without Chastise. Yeah, he leveled up Heaven's Fury at level 1. Generally, if you're going to try to 1v1 in that sort of situation, you want to get the Chastise for the snare, as well as the extra damage. So that was just a big miscalculation coming out of Revenant, and Twin Blast already getting the first blood.
Yeah, I mean, or Heroes Ascend to get away if you overextend. I mean, they attacked with minions there. They took a lot of damage from minions. Minions are the real MVP. Ends up giving an early first kill to Twin Blast. You've got Morgesh over here, who is just a bully in this lane. There's ways for it. I mean, Deadly Omen, if I'm going against the Morgesh, I like Narbash early. Applying that heal, Song of My People. Right?
Revan's in trouble again. Revan's in trouble again. He was trying to go for the gold buff. I don't know if he was able to pick it up, but he gets picked off. And Bellica, radioactive. Unfortunately, his half-life has expired, and he got taken out as well.
Sugar rotated in and was able to help get that kill. So they picked that up. Half-Life 3 confirmed. They pick up 2 kills back-to-back here, being very aggressive. FreeMartySnow's team being aggressive here. They've got 3 kills right off the bat. 1 for Mud, 1 for Patriot, and 1 for Decker, because might as well give the support a kill if you can.
Kill secured.
You know what I mean? Woo!
Don't ever undervalue allowing your support to have a little bit boost in early game farm, because getting that Quenching Scales and Honor the Pure combo up online earlier than your opposing team can literally win you a fight. It's that, and as well as hitting level 5 before the other support are the 2 means for supports that are so very important if you can hit those before your opponent. And we see teams like Finesse and Reborn do that very, very often.
Around the 10-minute
mark. Don't get mad, guys. If your support's taking a CS every now and then, don't get too upset about it. It's important for your support to have that farm and get those really important early game items online.
If they're taking all of them, though, then at least message them. Hey, you mind
then
if I get one?
Then you start spamming good job at that point. Yeah. That's when the good job spam comes out.
We see most supports like in the top teams. You're looking for those supports to get level 5 around the 10-minute mark.
That's pretty early. Right? Yeah, it's like 10 minutes is actually is early. It's generally like 10 to 12 is on average. Yeah.
If you look at Reborn and you look at those top teams, Reborn, Finesse, Oxygen, Arctic Wolves, they're looking right at 10 minutes, right as those Raptors spawn. So they go into that and have that objective. But that comes down to proper farming.
Did you say healer token, Notch?
I did say healer token.
Because Sugar's got the purple buff and he's looking for radioactive. An ambush into any sort of CC chain is going to be the death of him. Stasis bomb does go off. Sugar's tanking the tower. Radioactive does get taken out. Mud picks up the kill on the Gideon, and Sugar's going to be able to get away.
He's like,
he does. I don't know if he's going to be able to get there. He is level 4, so he has the smash and grab and charge online, electing not to use it. And the reinitiation, Mud going over there, gets the tether and the snare from the burden, but Big Al's going to be able to get away.
So we are, again, Shane, week number 1. Oh, Reborn coming in, being aggressive. He's going to extend. Week number 2. Revan Reborn is going to fall here. He was coming to flank around, try and pick up the kill. He ascended a little bit. Mud ends up picking that kill there. So that's another kill on the side of Team FreeMartySnow. So, Shane, week number 2. We've seen some good matches today. I know, chat, what are these guys playing for, Shane? A trip to Epic and a potential chance at a $15,000 prize pot if they go to Epic. Playing in this event, they get $2,500. First place gets $2,500 plus that trip. So a lot on the line for these teams. We've had a lot of new teams sign up because they're like, you know what? Me and my buddies, we're good at this. Let's get in and get some experience. And that's what we like to see. Get in. We've got new teams in here that we've never seen before. Hopefully they've had a blast and we see them back in the PCL and continue to grow and really try to make their name in esports. Are we going to have a Crusher 99, if you will? Overwatch reference.
Well, I hope the scene develops a little bit better than the Overwatch reference, but we won't get into esports politics. Going back into the game here, Grux has been relegated to defending the offlane tower as Rev. It seems like Seraph and look, Revan has actually picked up a jungle key. They've been like, screw this noise. I'm not having a good time. Revan now is the jungler, and Grux is the offlaner. You got to give it to him. They're recognizing that this offlane Seraph isn't working, and they've made an on-the-fly decision. I actually like that decision. Sure, Grux isn't one of the best offlaners in the game, but he is level 5. He's gotten some farm, and he can do decent in this lane. Revan has the green and the purple buff, but it's a 2v3 in this situation. Even if they catch someone out, they have to be very... If they go under the tower, they might be able to get them there, as they actually are displaced right now with Sugar going over to Big Al and Revan going on another target. Big Al goes in, but the lack of a focus fire there is going to punish them hard. I think if they were a little bit more patient and waiting for him to push under the tower, they could have had something going there, but instead, the misplay right there is going to yield 2 kills over to him, and now they continue to invade inside the weak side of the jungle. Radioactive trying to get a kill, uses the ultimate from Bellica on Sugar, but it wasn't enough damage. Chimera is just the moment he has that region up, he just becomes so deceptively difficult to take down. And 3 more kills, 8-0 at the 8-minute mark. They are in a fantastic position thus far.
So, team, I'm just going to point out for just a minute here, as the analysis sitting in the chat. That was a horrible play coming out the side of Hoist the Colors. Revan Reborn is not level 5. It was a 3v2 situation. He doesn't have the card power. He doesn't have the damage to deal with that Twin Blast. And like Shane said, they were also split up a little bit. Really good play coming out of FreeMartySnow with the rotation. They were able to pick up a total of 3 kills there. The tower falls. It means they can rotate to the safe lane now, or back in the day, which was the original 2v2 lane, over to the or the Raptors.
Resident sleeper lane.
Over to the Raptors, they'll be spawning in just a minute here. Maybe we see them rotate, maybe not. But I think at this point, these guys are just trying to make something happen. And Hoist the Colors, like, we have to pick up some kind of kill. And unfortunately, it did not work out. So what I'm saying is, don't do that.
There you go. That's the analysis. Don't do that. Decker at level 4, 2/3 of the way through it. So on mark for around that 10-minute mark for level 5, while Narbash is around that as well. You see on the other side of the field, Sparrow gets taken out, so that's yet another kill going over to him. That was just Chimera ambushing, and now they're going for more underneath the tower. This is why I think Chimera is such a strong hero, is he's able to just stick to a target and you can't get away. The moment you have a fight or a skirmish or any sort of engagement that's going your way, Chimera is just going to, you just can't get away. It's not like, oh, we got one kill, but someone else was able to narrowly get away. Not with Chimera around. He's always going to be able to catch up to him. Able to secure 2 kills going over to there, and I won't be surprised if they get a decent amount of damage onto the safe lane tower. We see Seraph is starting to rotate. There's no siege minion taking down this tower, so I think Seraph should be able to defend it in a timely manner. But if, again, you got to be careful, though, because Chimera is there. Morgesh being that low on mana, I don't think there's going to be actually much kill potential. Revan just has to be very careful. He's actually diving at this point, uses the ultimate, and continues to pursue. The minion wave is going to show up, and Chastise is there. Maybe an auto attack into a Heaven's Fury is able to get the kills. So finally, they get themselves on the board. Hoist the Colors, get themselves on the board. Very desperately needed right there, Notch.
Yeah, that was a kill. That was a kill that they needed to pick up. He's going to get it, give himself that card power. Ramachang has rotated this way. Are we going to see Patriot rotate this way as well? I expect them to. With Raptors being up, now make sure you have wards in that. That's such a good early game. Again, we're not seeing it at 10 minutes like we've seen, but the 14 to 17 minute mark, we see teams start to prioritize this a little bit more. You give that to your carry. That's 24 card power every 4 minutes. That is a ton of card power to give your carry a massive economic
advantage. Did you just say 24 card power?
2,400 card power. It's 24 card power. Every 4 minutes, you get 2,400 card power. 2,400 amber every 4 minutes, 24 card power. They buffed it. You guys don't realize that buff came in Friday. I was talking to KL about it at E3. I was like, listen, I don't think Raptors are strong enough. Can we go back to the Orb Prime Raptor Pit changes? And he was like, yeah. And they did just for us, guys, just for this event.
Mid lane, Mud is in some trouble. Revan dive in the tower. Going to be able to pick up the kill onto Gideon, and Revan's going to be able to escape through the weak side of the jungle. Meanwhile, Big Gal got a smasher grab on a Sugar, more so just trying to provide some peel for Radioactive, as he is going to be able to get away with the assistance of Grux. But still, another favorable engagement for them, as they were able to, or rather another kill for them, which they needed that for a boost in momentum. If we take a look at the numbers here for the first time, Notch, we're here at the dozen mark, and strictly just taking a look at the carries, Twin Blast at 18, while Sparrow at 17. So even though they're behind 8 kills, Thompson has still done a decent job at maintaining farm, at least between the 2 carries. Patriot, though, he got pretty aggressive. Narbash using the Crash Bang Boom. Thompson sitting there with the Inner Fire. He's able to pick up a kill. That was actually looking good for Patriot, but the Crash Bang Boom knockup is what enabled them to win that fight. So 2 more kills going over to them. So all of a sudden, Hoist the Colors are starting to bounce back a little bit here, Notch.
They're picking up kills. I mean, the big thing is Revan is picking up kills now that she's been moved out of that lane. Revan. Seraph is picking up kills now that they've been moved out of that lane. Patriot getting aggro. Mud a little bit high up. I don't know if she's going to be able to get a kill onto Thompson. She's not. They're just going to get out. I think that was more of a zoning. Hey, I want my tower to stand. Please back up.
Agreed.
And that's exactly what happened there.
Agreed. Maybe if there was a Cosmic Rift, it could have been enough damage. Mud, level 7, doesn't have that level 4 Cosmic Rift up quite yet. We'll be here momentarily as she's about 1/3 away through it. Mid lane, a big collapse going down here. They've caught out a Radioactive. Is there any support at all? Calls goes down, and that's going to be just the call into the Cosmic Rift. That's what you expect to see. And I got to say, Sugra has been showing Chimera's strength and what he's able to do. Immediately rotating over the Raptors after that kill. But yeah, Sugar has been really the leading the charge for this team this entire game, and has set up a majority of these kills.
I want to point out a card that we're starting to see more Chimeras run. Oh, wait, hold on. Deadly Omen may be overextended here. He doesn't have vision.
Oh, no.
He doesn't know they're coming.
The Assassin Bash is going to get punished here. He has enough for the speed boost, but it's on cooldown. Ambush is going to get used. He's going to thunk the Chimera by this point, just delaying the inevitable. Not sure if the Morgesh curse was necessary there. I think he more so was like, this is my kill, damn it. But they're going to be able to push this tier 1 tower here. They have the Siege Minion. A little bit of a defense is being staged here by Revan as well as Thompson. They have decent wave clear with it. Sugar's tanking the tower. Quenchy Scales is going to keep him alive. If it wasn't for that, he might have gotten taken out. They were able to pick up the tower, and they're going to be able to get away cleanly. So still another objective taken as they run away narrowly by the skin of their teeth.
So one of the cards that Chimera has picked up here is Armivore. It's a 3-cost Fury card. It gives you attack speed, but the unique passive is on hit with basic attack, you restore 6+ mana. This allows you to continue to be aggressive early. You're getting back that mana. That way, every 3 seconds, you can leap onto a target and make sure, hey, you're not getting anywhere because I'm going to ambush you on cooldown because I have the mana to do it. This is, like you said, the strength of this hero early. Early game, he's an assassin. What you want to see with Chimera early game is continuing to be aggressive. Pick up kills. Look for as many kills you get. Revan Reborn is going to fall in the lane there. It does look like Patriot is going to pick up another kill. Try to get aggressive underneath that tier 1 tower. But both Rama Chang and Patriot were there, plus a minion wave. Containment Fence went down. Dels, MVPs are the minions. Dealt a lot of damage, and they pick up that kill. Moragesh with the rotation in. Deadly Omen X trying to crash Bang Boom. But they are going to pick up that kill as well. So that's 2 down. Right. Patriot. Radioactive just rotated over and said, nope, and then helped pick up that kill there.
Oh, man. That's anytime you see a Bellica show up and you're at like half HP, your first instinct is to look at your mana.
What's my mana? What's my mana?
Generally, the thought process goes, oh, crap, I have no mana, and you're dead.
Yeah.
Like, generally, that's about as much time as you have the moment you see that Bellica show up, especially later into the game as that she levels it up, and also if you're playing like a mid lane caster. But they got a kill, but I mean, Twin Blast goes down. Patriot got taken out, but still, they are in firm control. This 14 kills to 5, 25 card points for the Twin Blast. Thompson, though, still, despite the fact that they are not taking many good skirmishes and the fights aren't going their way, maintaining a decent, keeping up rather, only down 2 card levels here, and that's not taking into account that Patriot has been able to pick up these Raptors. So I got to say, Thompson's doing a good job, all things considered, and is now starting to build in a crit. So this is actually a fairly early crit for Sparrow. Generally, from what we see, traditionally Sparrows go lots of Wind Carver Blades and Rolling Wands for 2 reasons. A, to empower their piercing shot as much as possible, but also to the faster attack speed. Sparrow has a lot of synergy with her passive, and building that up actually gives her an insane amount of mid-game damage. But early crit, still, if she's able to get lucky and the RNG just is in her favor, they can clean up team fights pretty quickly, especially if they're able to get a good Crash Bang Boom or a good initiation from Big Al.
Moragesh and Severog continuing to be aggressive. I don't know if they have the ability to pick up the kill here. The Seraph is going to pop her ultimate. 3 are now rotating in. Shane, it looks like they're going to recommit here. Revan is going to fall super quick.
Yeah, the Ventilate was just barely enough to get the kill into Thompson. Narbash was trying to rotate, but got caught out through the rotation and the preemptive positioning coming out, and they were able to pick up the kill there as well. So they continue to just find them out of position and pick them off, and they have a draft that's very well suited to do that. Between the Chimera and the Gideon, that's what you want to see coming out of them. This is the best Chimera display we've seen thus far at the qualifiers, and now they're going to pick up Tier 2 tower. Jump pads are going to be taken out, and I mean, if they take another team fight like that, they could go to War Prime, they could take an inhibitor, and just establish themselves in a very dominating position.
So Sugra right now, Shane, has been really, really successful. He's 2-1-9. He's been setting up a lot of engagements on this Chimera. He has got a little bit of tankiness with that Venom Shell. His damage, he's built very little damage. His big thing is making sure he's able to go in, latch onto a target, and then his team follow up. We've seen, this is how we see most Chimeras played in competitive league. They build the tankiness, a little bit of damage early, but then late game, it's a lot of tankiness, thermal bonds. So when if he gets stunned while he's calling, he's getting that healing back on top of his regen, and just setting up engagement. Sugra is doing a great job on that Chimera. Mud 5-1-2. We were a little bit nervous about the Gideon pick early because of the amount of they had stuns, they had ways to deal with that. Unfortunately, they haven't really answered back. She's just been pre-casting those ultimates when she gets a chance. So yeah, Raptors are being picked up again. It's a Patriot here. This is going to be their second set of Raptors. All 3 should go to Patriot. He's at 31 card power. Thompson is at 25 card power. So we're starting to see the lead
really start to build up some contention over the Raptors. A little bit too late. They're trying to get something going. The defensive containment fence has allowed them to get away. Now the reinitiation coming in here. Revan was taken out of the meanwhile. A little bit of an overextension coming from him, and they immediately cleaned them up. Very well executed. They recognized the containment fence was used defensively, and that forced Hoist the Colors to overextend, and they capitalized immediately. Talking further on Mud's play thus far, it's not very often we see a Gideon go against a composition that has so many tools at dealing with Black Hole, and I think that just speaks about Mud's play on this Gideon thus far. Very heads up. You have to be very heads up and have a very good thumb as to what cooldowns have been used on the Grux and the Narbas in this situation, and Mud's done a good job. I don't think her Black Hole's been interrupted once this game. Now it's being used. Radioactive's going to try to go in for the steal. That's a very desperate play. They knew they were going to try to get something going. That's very symbolic of how the Hoist the Colors knows they're behind. Even if they were able to steal that Orb Prime, Radioactive still would have gotten taken out. It still would be a 5v4 situation, but at least they would have had the Prime card to maybe even the field. But as of right now, mid inhibitor is going to be under siege here, ladies and gentlemen, just a moment. They have Sparrow. They have lots of wave clear. They also have a decent amount of damage supplemented if the Crash Bang Boom isolates. But look at the Cosmic Rift. One Cosmic Rift, and all of a sudden, both the Narbash and the Sparrow go down to half HP, and they recognize this is their time to go in. Sugar's leading the charge. His big AI is just getting tanked up, has to charge away immediately. Shaz is able to get it. That curse coming down from Morigesh. The power of the Voodoo is simply too strong. The only survivor of that fight is going to be Radioactive, because he's just now spawning from the gank that happened earlier, the botched steal attempt onto the Prime card. This inhibitor is going to be false. Sugar is so very low. They might be able to go for a core push here. 4 people down for 20 seconds. They themselves are all pretty healthy, and they're going to go for it here. Even if they aren't able to kill the core outright, they're still going to be able to do a significant amount of damage to it. Mud already very low. Radioactive, Cosmic Rift, and she gets blown up right there. Belaga gets taken out. Mud has put on a great performance on this Gideon. 6-1 and 7. I would say this is the best Gideon performance we've seen in quite some time so far, Notch. They're continuing to fight. Deadly Omen goes in, and that is a play of desperation, a play of knowing we are going to be losing this game, and that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Team FreeMartySnow win in a very convincing fashion against Hoist the Colors. They're going to be looking to move on.
27-5. Team FreeMartySnow was just picking up kills left, right, and center. Played a very good game there. I was nervous about that Gideon pick. Mud did a good job. I think more experience is what that came down to there when you compare the two teams. The rotations were better. The ganks coming out of the jungler was better. Sugra on Chimera just did a really good job, and they dictated the flow of that match. So very well done to Team FreeMartySnow. They picked up themselves a win. I believe 2 weeks ago they were 3-0, Shane. They won all of their games. They just won that game here as well. So congratulations to them on picking up that win. Guys, we're going to take just a few minutes. We're going to look for another match for you. We'll be back with more Paragon Competitive League action leading up to tomorrow's best of 3, Shanes. This is when it's going to get really nasty.
Yep, a lot of teams are going to be falling off, not falling off, but getting eliminated tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be the big day to it's going to start showing who the top 8 is going into the quarterfinals. Yes, very much.
Very exciting. Again, thank you guys for watching Paragon Competitive League. We'll be back in just a few minutes with another match.